Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about the concept of faith over fear. I feel like it's a saying that's heard a lot and a lot of people talk about, when it comes to manifestation or any period in your life or religion or anything, the word faith appears a lot. And I think faith is something that really needs to be experienced to be understood. So I really wanted to talk about how to experience faith, how it can benefit you, and the contrast between the word faith and fear, yet also the similarities. So I believe faith and fear are not just feelings, they are the fundamental pillars to our entire existence here on earth. Let me explain what I mean by that. So truly, think to any situation on the physical, mental, or spiritual plane. If you get down to the root of any problem you have, any solution that came along, you will find the two words, whether you feared something or whether you had faith in it. And when you can wholeheartedly understand this concept, I believe it makes traveling through life a whole lot easier. I felt myself becoming more forgiving to myself and to other people, because when you can really understand a perspective and understand why people do what they do, it is so much easier to forgive. And forgiveness is so important because it alleviates the weight off both them and you. It gets them off such a pedestal and you can just carry on with your own path. Sorry, I've got a cat joining me. What the hell? Hello. Girl, how am I meant to do this? What are you doing? Oh. Say hi. Oh, the baby. Such a baby. Look at the baby. Anyway, I found every point in my mind, any problem, anything that just took space in my mind, I kind of reached a point of clarity that I never saw possible before, because when you can get to the root of all the problems, you can have a new problem in life and you can go, okay, well, if everything stems from faith and fear, where does this come from? It just makes everything so much easier, especially in your personal life. Also, I wrote an essay for this as well on Substack, so if you prefer to read, I've got that there as well, and I kind of talk about it more in depth and more, structured. And also, I'm going to show you guys something. I did this painting, and this is that's kind of the like fundamental meaning behind this whole painting. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me, and I just love it. I need to show you guys. Sorry, I don't know if you follow me on anything else, but all I talk about is this. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. But yeah, so if you watch through all this video, I will be explaining the meaning of this. Right, she's gone now. The baby's gone. But yeah, so faith and fear are antonyms of one another, meaning opposing. They fall under the same umbrella, but they are at each end of the spectrum. I feel like it really helps if you do imagine this like a spectrum. If you imagine every single one of your issues falls along that line somewhere. Okay, I want to make sure I got this right. The definition of faith is a profound, often unwavering trust or confidence in a person, idea, or concept, including religious doctrines. But if you think to worry or to fear, you only worry about the future. You never worry about the past, because this happened, how can you? And if you do worry about the past, what you're worrying about is how it's going to affect your future. And to worry is to create a scenario in your head and to have a trust in the fact that that is going to happen, but it is just negative. So it is the opposite to faith. And this spectrum shapes the life around you. So you can think manifestation is woo-woo, like I really don't mind. But if you do think to it, everything has formed, everything that has happened comes from whether you had faith in a situation or whether you had fear in a situation, or whether if you have fears in yourself, that's where all your insecurities come from. If you have faith in anything, that's where greatness comes from. That's how you got the courage to do things that you're capable of. You make the barriers. So fear builds the walls up that stops you from achieving whatever you want to achieve. Past fears, things that have happened in the past can create a fear. Childhood, things you were told in childhood, even if you don't remember, they have built the wall, and every action you've taken from the point of the fear will impact the way you have gone about your entire life and the perspective you have. And all life is just your perspective. It's just the way you see it. If you believe something is possible or impossible, that makes how you're going to act. And if faith and fear is where all your perspective comes from, it will help you navigate the future. Positive beliefs, they speed you up, they motivate you, and they push you to a point you didn't even know possible. Even when people believe in religion, they are putting their faith in a higher power, which makes them capable of incomprehensible feats. Things that no one has ever done, say they got done by the power of God or whatever they believe in, whatever you believe in. But you've got to think as well, the fact that there are so many religions, but people of each religion are still capable of things through their gods. It's the belief. And in my personal opinion, belief in yourself is the same as, or if not more vital than a belief in God, because that makes you you. These things happen deep within the subconscious. It can be without any explanation. You know, you have daily habits or things that you want to accomplish. You go, why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? It will all, no matter if your conscious wants to do it, there's something in your subconscious that's making you incapable. It is a fear that has been planted into your head. Somehow, somewhere along the line, you have created a fear for yourself. You need to break these walls down. A good example is the placebo effect. It is not conscious. It's just the beliefs at play. That's all it is. There is no scientific thing behind it. It is just what you personally believe. And it can affect you physically. It can affect your physical health and your physical capabilities. Like, you can do things that you never thought possible or you never thought you could do. You might run faster, do things better, have better focus. Even negative, you might fall ill or think you've reacted bad to something, and you can genuinely feel like that. Like, people have false heart attacks. You can truly believe something, but it's not scientifically there. It's because your brain, and this concept is so important. It is so important. When people say you are just as capable as what you believe yourself to be, that is exactly what they're talking about. It's this spectrum and this ideology. So like anything in life, faith must be practiced and it must be repeated to be experienced. And Napoleon Hill said something quite profound, and I have it in my notes, so I'm going to read it because I don't want it to be, I don't want to butcher this because this is not a quote from me. This is from Think and Grow Rich. I love Think and Grow Rich. Honestly, if you're into self-help, you probably already know about this book, but it's because it's quite a common suggestion, but there's a reason why it is so popular. It is the Bible. It's my Bible. I can't lie. And the quote is, "The method by which one develops faith where it does not already exist is extremely difficult to describe. Almost as difficult, in fact, as it would be to describe the colour of red to a blind man who has never seen colour and has nothing with which to compare what you describe to him." So that just means you've just got to experience it. And truly experience it, like truly embody it, and also have that like metacognition of understanding what I'm feeling right now is faith. I have faith in myself. When you can pinpoint it, when you can, well, that is what I'm experiencing right now, you can bring it back to another point and be like, okay, this is how I did it last time. This helped me last time. This is how I feel this sensation again. So I have made a list as well of ways of practicing faith, or ways I practice faith. I have made a list, and this is just ways that have helped me. This is just what I could think of. I did like a little mind map, and I was like, how have I practiced faith and what has truly helped me? And I think number one is visualization. That's the most main one. I'll get into all of these in a moment. Visualization, meditation as well as, but I think visualization is more of a faith practicer. Pushing your own boundaries, affirmations, leaving your comfort zone, positive self-comparison, sticking to your word, and reflecting on previous accomplishments. So visualization, I think that's quite an obvious one. You sit down, close your eyes, do whatever makes you feel comfortable, and you put yourself in the shoes of someone who has accomplished what you want to accomplish. Not someone else, you, okay? So think of how you'd feel, think of what you do, think about everything you'd be experiencing around you. I did this in my bedroom, and I know this sounds very strange. My bedroom was a mess. I've had a bit of a weird thing with my home life, but it was not what I wanted it to be at all. I had a carpet. I hated the carpet. My walls were cracking and falling apart. Anyway, it was just a hellhole, okay? And I was like, a lot of people say that your bedroom is like where you're most comfortable, and I did not feel comfortable. So what I do every day is when I sit and I do my visualization, I'd be like, okay, well, this is the job I'm going to have, and this is what I'm going to do. And because I was in my room already, I'd sit down and I'd go on my Pinterest as well, and I'd be like, okay, this is my inspiration. I'd picture, I go, this is exactly what I want my room to look like, or this is similar, you know, this sort of vibe, and I'd feel it. I'd be happy, and I made sure I felt comfortable. So as well, I'd write down what the feelings you would be feeling before you meditate or visualize, because then you can go into it prepared and go, okay, this is the feeling I'm going to feel. Like if you want money, instead of visualize like the notes as well and your bank account and whatever, but visualize and feel the security you would have if you were in this situation, or literally anything you want to achieve. Go really dig down and go, what would I be feeling? So with my bedroom, I was like, I would feel comfortable, I would feel proud, happy that it changed so much. I wouldn't feel ashamed. These were all the things that I feel, and I swear to God, I did not renovate my room. I never renovated my room. I just, like, bit by bit, things would just come to me. Like, I didn't even pay for a lot of, like, you know, tidbits. I bought, like, my blankets and my pillows and all that, but everything else just appeared. Like, I cannot describe to you how crazy it was. And then one day, I woke up and I was like, I love my bedroom. Like this is my dream bedroom. This is what I've always wanted. And I swear to God, it just appeared. And, you know, believe me or don't, but this is all from personal experience. It was so weird. And now I've got the theme of like red, gold. You can see this kind of the zhish. I painted this. I didn't do that myself because this was like turquoise, kind of ugly. A bit of a weird colour. If you like turquoise, nothing wrong with like turquoise. I don't like turquoise. Yeah, and I got this little like peacock bowl that my mum owned, and this was my mum's. I don't know, just random, so random. It all just came together. It all just came together before I actually was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And you should have seen how bad it was before. That is a feat of its own. That was just crazy. It sounds weird. It sounds like, but I promise you, it is just so worth it. Like, just do it. Just do it. Just give it a go. Also, a lot of major celebrities, Jim Carrey, Ariana Grande, I know like random ones are literally just the first ones I thought of. Practice visualization, I think most people do. Also, meditation, just plain meditation is a great way to break down the barriers of fear because it brings you to a point of stillness. You reflect on your day and you reflect on how you feel, and it just breaks the barriers down. It just can make you see it from a new, fresh, you know, lens. You got to just let the thoughts flow by. I feel like a lot of people try with meditation to think of nothing. I don't think that's the best thing, especially if you're new to it. Unless you're a monk. Might be a monk. I think just let the thoughts flow by and you go, okay, not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. Journaling as well, really just breaking down all of the barriers and building up all of the faith and the strength and everything good in the world. Affirmations, that is positive self-talk, you know, going up to your mirror going, I am doing the things I want to do, I am where I want to be, I'm who I want to be, I feel how I want to feel. That also rewires your brain. I swear to God, you think it's crazy and then the words come out your mouth and you just get washed with the sensation. Like when you say enough times, you go, yeah, I am. I'm actually sick. Like, I'm sick. Even just weird, like, I personally believe the tongue is very powerful. Even in your day-to-day, be careful what you say. Joking or not, words have power. Words are spells. That's why it's called spelling. That's one of the, like, you know, little quips. But it's true. I think it's true. Then also pushing your own boundaries. So this is just things you do already on a day-to-day. Just do 5% more. Just do the tiniest little bit more. Because once you go over... So say you always reach a point, say you always run 5k. That's just an example. It doesn't have to be running, it could be anything. Or you always write a certain amount, or you always get up at a certain time and you want to get up earlier, or I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. Get up 5 minutes earlier. Run 5.1k. Just push yourself that tiny bit more. If you read every day, read an extra page than what you usually would. Do it to the point. So when so you're always in a zone. When you do get in that zone, just slightly go out of the zone, and then you go, okay, it's possible to get out the zone, and it just will refresh it and go, okay, we can do more. We are capable of more. We are capable of great things. We are capable of things that we didn't know possible, and it will snowball. I feel like leaving your comfort zone is quite similar, but I think leaving your comfort zone is more for things that you've never, ever, ever done before. And things that you actually fear. Like, you're fully like, I'm not doing that. Because I can't lie, this whole posting thing, I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, but it's whatever. I kind of realised about being an artist, because I paint. You kind of just have to get yourself out there. And also all these thoughts, everything, I think these help me so much. Like, I have done so much research into this. This has been my life for years, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So I just kind of thought, how could I do them together? And I was like, you're gonna have to post. You're gonna have to get yourself out there. You're gonna have to leave your comfort zone, because to be fair, even now, I feel a little bit more comfortable. I only just started, but I feel a little bit more comfortable. And once you do the uncomfortable and do the things you fear, it will become comfortable. Do things that you literally don't want to do. Like, seek out things that make you physically uncomfortable, that you really just can't, like, you go, okay, this makes me scared. You like, just do it. Even if it's things that, like, won't benefit you, just do something. Or, like, just, like, irrelevant. Like, if you've got fear of heights, go skydiving. You know, it's not going to benefit you in, like, life. Like, oh, yeah, you win this, or you do this, or this is for my career. It literally just pushes you out of a zone, which I was talking about. I know I keep bringing up the zone, but it pushes you out of it. And you can do things that you didn't know possible. And then it just alleviates it in other areas that you didn't know were connected. You know, like, even with the skydiving, say you jump out of a plane, you go, okay, well, this thing that I'm scared of, or this phone call that I have to make, that's nothing. I jump out of an airplane. It makes you more confident and more capable. So I definitely recommend that. Sticking to your word, this is vital. If you had a friend and they kept saying they were going to do things and they just didn't do it, would that annoy you? Because I think yes. Why do you do it to yourself? Why do you do it to yourself? This also means later down the line, you have proof that you do the things that you say you're going to do. Again, make it small first. This is my mistake. I never made things small. I'd go, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I do, kind of, but some of the things were so unachievable for me in that time, in that specific time, that when I'd let myself down, it would just keep building on the thing of, you're not capable, you're not capable, you're not capable. And it kept making more fears. So I definitely just say, if you say you're going to get up at a certain time, just get up at a certain time. If you have nothing to do, if you've said it, just do it. Little things, you know, and finish tasks as well. I feel like that's quite helpful. When I'm doing washing up, I used to, like, do it and I'd leave, like, 2 things. I really don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. Like, I just have 2 pots left. I'm like, nah, like, them pots can wait. Why? I don't know. Finish the task, literally just for your mental health. Because I feel like I do things like that because I'd be like, there's no physical reason to do it, like, it's fine. But for your mental well-being, and just so you can tell yourself later, I do the things I say I'm going to do. So then when you have these bigger goals, these huge goals for years down the line, you go, I'm going to get there because I do what I say I'm going to do. It's so important. So important. This kind of goes hand in hand, but reflecting on previous accomplishments, like the things you said you want to do, think back to even when you were so young, think of everything you've ever been proud of. It could be, do you remember when I went for that 10-mile walk? Do you remember the day that I completed something I said I was going to complete, like or a huge task, or wrote an essay, did something that you are so incredibly proud of? Even if the results are different now, you look back and you go, I've done this before. It is in my future to do these things. It is in my abilities and in my cards to do incredible things. Because things you have done before are incredible. There are so many things. Every day, I promise you, there's something incredible you're doing. Even if you feel like it's been a horrible day, getting out of bed, that's incredible, you know? I promise you, I feel like people look at themselves through such a negative lens, like such a negative standpoint, and when you're repeating to yourself all the time, oh, I did this, I did that, me, you are putting it into the next step. You're into your next life path. Stop doing that. Look into, okay, well, I've done that, so I can do this. That's definitely the better mindset to have. It's positive self-comparison. So this is more for, like, I don't know why I do this. I always think of the Wright brothers. I feel like that's because a lot of gurus talk about the Wright brothers, but they made a plane when everyone said it was impossible. Genuinely though, if 2 random blokes, and they are men as well, so 2 men can make a plane, what do you think you can do on a daily basis? They said they made humans fly from nothing. There was no one else. There was no huge company or corporation. They made humans fly. And that's what I'm talking about with positive self-comparison. Or even people close to you. You can do, okay, well, this person in my life has, a family member has accomplished, they've run a marathon. I can run a marathon. You know, we came from the same blood. I can also run a marathon. Because everything in life is just repeated. Like, even practicing faith, you just repeat things. Everything you do on your day-to-day basis is what makes you. Nothing comes with a quick, like, quip and a quick fix. You just have to put your mind something and it will become possible. And the whole concept of fear, it keeps you paralyzed. It is a tool even used by higher up people to keep you paralyzed. It keeps you stuck. Like, do you ever have days where you can't get out of bed and you can't do anything, but there's no physical reason to it, and you're like, just get up, just get up, just get up, and you just can't. There is a fear, subconscious or conscious, that is keeping you paralyzed. This is proven by mass depressions. You know, when there's, you know, periods in history like financial crashes, wars, mass depression is a thing. Mass depression spreads and it pauses time. It literally keeps times paused. And if that is what it can do to a whole society, what do you think it's doing to your single mind, your single self? Okay, now, I'm not saying this fact to put you down and, again, fearmonger. I'm saying this to say, if that is what that end of the spectrum can do, think about what is possible on the other side, because with faith, you can move mountains. Your own personal mountains, girl. Yeah, that is all I have to say on this topic. I hope it has given you a new perspective or just a new way of seeing and feeling and going about your day-to-day life, because if I could help one person, oh my god, job done. Like, that is all. But thank you so much. Bye.